So on Friday, Donald Trump got hit with an $83 million verdict in the latest E. Jean Carroll defamation lawsuit against him, which, as E. Jean Carroll's lawyers had pointed out before the verdict came down, may not be the last one. And of course, Donald Trump still owes $5 million to E. Jean Carroll from the first trial. So add it all up, and Donald Trump owes more than $88 million to E. Jean Carroll for repeatedly defaming her. And, as expected, Donald Trump did not take this news very well. He got on Truth Social, as he always does, and said this: "I fully disagree with both verdicts and will be appealing this whole Biden-directed witch hunt focused on me and the Republican Party. Our legal system is out of control and being used as a political weapon. They have taken away all First Amendment rights. This is not America." Except it is. And you do not have a First Amendment right to defame or slander anyone that you want. In fact, you don't have a First Amendment right to slander or defame anyone. And you violated her rights, which of course is why both juries decided to slap you with as much of a punishment as they could. I mean, technically this jury could have gone a little more if they had wanted, but they decided 83 million was good enough. 83 million that, by the way, Donald Trump probably doesn't have just sitting in the bank, so he could be in financial trouble, especially as we await the verdict in the New York fraud trial. But here's the thing. Donald Trump is angry, okay? You'd be angry too. Even if you knew you were wrong, you'd be angry getting hit with $83 million. But his anger should not be directed towards E. Jean Carroll. His anger should be directed at the lawyer who handled the case, Alina Habba. She is the one whose behavior and conduct all throughout this trial was so horrific that on Friday, during her closing argument, the judge actually threatened to put her in lockup, he said, because she was still, on the last day of the trial, violating courtroom procedures, trying to introduce new evidence during closing arguments that had not previously been disclosed. I mean, it doesn't matter what jurisdiction you're in, you can't do that. So the judge actually threatened to put her in lockup, send her to jail over the weekend, I guess, because she continued to violate the rules the entire time. So, as such, the evidence she was trying to introduce that maybe it could have saved Donald Trump, maybe not. We won't know because she wasn't allowed to introduce it. So Trump actually has a pretty good legal malpractice case on his hands. Like, failing to properly introduce evidence in New York is literally one of the criteria you need for suing a lawyer for legal malpractice. And that is exactly what she did. So, Donald, I know you're hurting for money right now. And if you want to get a little bit of it back, you could probably hit your own lawyer with a malpractice lawsuit and maybe get a couple million. You've paid her a little over $2 million. So maybe you can get that back and that'll soften that cushion of the $83 million that you now owe E. Jean Carroll. But I know you're not going to sue Alina Habba. You could, you should, you'd probably win. But you just seem to like her too darn much to realize that that woman is ruining you financially because she is such a horrible lawyer. So if you want to be mad, but just make sure you're directing your anger to where it's really deserved. Ring of Fire is just a few subscribers short of hitting that 1 million subscriber milestone. So if you're not already subscribed, please go ahead and do so and stay up to date with all of the latest from Ring of Fire.